So one of the ways that we're trying to drive local usage of Firefox, in addition to the China edition that I mentioned, is having a localized landing page. So we're trying to optimize that page. So users who try to search for Firefox in China will get a localized page and they'll understand exactly what they need to do to get the web browser. We did that recently. Within the past 6 months, we created that initiative. And we've started to do that in all of our communities across the world to make sure if they've translated Firefox, they also have a translated page to show users exactly what they're getting. We've also created tools for more community action, and I'll take us through those. So if people here are interested and inspired, they're welcome to take these tools from me later today or after we're finished, and you can figure out how to build your own local community pretty easily. You can get something up and running really quickly. And then lastly, the thing I'll close with are tools for localization that we've created. So what are some of the ways that you can become active? Certainly you can hack on the Mozilla source code. We're always welcoming new developers to contribute new ideas. You can schedule events. Today's a perfect example. If you want to schedule an event as a community member, we'll do everything we can to help you with that event. We'll show up, we'll contribute to it, we'll support you. You can join the Campus Reps program. I don't know how many people here are students, so this may not actually be relevant, but if you know of students or you are a student, we have a Campus Reps program. And we support people there. We want people to take Firefox to their campuses and help spread the idea. You can support end users. In China alone, I'm sure there are tons of end user issues. We have a specific support community where people can log on and answer questions, user-to-user support. And then, of course, you can help spread Firefox on the Spread Firefox website or take part in the affiliates program. How many people here write a blog? Any bloggers? So the affiliate program allows you to take a localized snippet and put it into your blog that basically will show up in your sidebar or however you choose to style your site. And it can be a Get Firefox download button that'll take you to one of our mirror sites and allow a user to get Firefox. So now how do I contribute? And when I ask this question, I'm talking about me specifically. How am I contributing on a day-to-day basis? So I am the director of Mozilla's localization program. And right now, we localize in 64 languages worldwide, in addition to EN-US, which is our English version. And so I'm spearheading the entire global effort to localize Firefox into more and more languages. And you can see that, obviously, there are lots of languages out here. We've got many more that are coming before the release of Firefox 3.1. So in the next couple of weeks or months, we'll probably be up over 70 languages. That effort gets us to about 98% of the world's internet population, a browser in their own spoken language, a language they're familiar with. But the most amazing thing about that, in addition to that there are 64 localizations, is it's 100% contributed by volunteers. So we don't pay $1 for localization at Mozilla. Much like some of our marketing campaigns and other things that we do, we don't expend any money on specific translations of the Firefox browser. Of course, I'm employed to work on the infrastructure to make sure that that happens, and I have a team of about 4 or 5 developers who work with me. But 100% of the translations are done by community members, like Gwen. So it's really an impressive undertaking. We add more and more every day, every month. And I think this really sort of illustrates the idea of the open web. So one of the ways we do this is through community action. So we create tools to assist our contributors. And one of the things we launched recently through my team is what we call Mozilla Community Sites. So I'll show you a quick demo of these. And this is all basically a website tool that would allow you, if interested, to generate a website for your local community. The one thing that I'll say is this is not or does not have to be specific to Mozilla. If you find this interesting and you want to use this to launch your own website, it's yours. Just let me know. Of course, we developed it for Mozilla, but you can do whatever you want with this. So let me give a brief explanation of why we got here. What we started to realize is that a lot of communities were being developed across many countries across the world, and they were all kind of doing similar things, but they were also kind of doing different things. So a lot of people were definitely working on localization. You know, maybe a handful of those were working on support, or marketing, or maybe they were doing some PR or QA. The Mozilla Community Site idea is to get all of the communities at least a platform so that they have the ability to work on all of the various areas of Mozilla. So you'll see how we do that. Here's an example of, we call it the Mozilla Mexico site. Mozilla Mexico is not using this yet, but there are about 5 to 10 communities already using this. We launched this about 3 weeks ago. But in this page, you have a main page, which we helped set up for you. There's a section for news. There's a wiki powered by MediaWiki. There's a forum where you can have either PoonBB or PHPBB, depending on what you choose for your forum. There's a blog section to this site, powered by WordPress. And of course, you can also have a Planet feed that consolidates all the various blogs inside your community. Now, like I said, this can be for anybody. If you're in a different community or a different open source contribution, you can use this. You don't have to do it specifically for Mozilla, but of course, I'm advertising it as a Mozilla community tool since we created it. Inside the main page, you'll see some interesting things that we enabled with widgets. So here we have a download box in the upper left, and this could feature the localization of Firefox. It could show the localized version of Thunderbird, how to get that. Thunderbird is our email client. It could show the localized version of SeaMonkey. So we enabled a widget for downloads. We also enabled a widget for learning about different aspects of Mozilla. So if you want to learn about how to contribute to HTML or maybe Ajax or CSS or JavaScript, it basically takes you to different areas of the Mozilla community to learn about those different ways to contribute. There's also a specific box here that we linked back to our Spread Firefox community. These widgets are open for your use. You can use them any way you want. And then the last thing we did is we created the Mozilla Community's logo, which is licensed in a very liberal open source way, so you can use it any way you want. If you want to create your own t-shirts, you can take this. You can do whatever you want with this logo. The intention is that you don't have to come back to Mozilla and say, hey, can we use this logo to do this and that? It's yours to use. We hope it unifies the communities globally. As I said, it's a very liberal licensing. Now, last thing, let me show you a little bit about the code. It's basic CSS, so if you have any experience with CSS, you can get in and change it any way you'd like. We give you the basic structure when you first get it. Of course, you can go in and customize it. I'll show you how we do that. Other things we've enabled are OpenID and single sign-on. So we basically want the community to go out worldwide and use this and start to share best practices with each other. Let me show you a quick demo.